Honey, I'm in the living room. Come here, we need to talk. Oh, for crying out loud, Shuri. I was about to dig into what you'd cooked, crack open a beer, catch a game in Chicago, and call it a night. This day couldn't possibly get any worse. All right, I'm coming, he muttered, dragging his feet. When he entered the living room, he saw Shuri perched uneasily on the couch, a tension in the air that he couldn't ignore. A half-empty bottle of California Red sat on the coffee table. Without a word, Shuri topped off her glass, took a sip, and gestured toward the deep armchair. With a heavy sigh, he dropped into it, bracing himself. All right, Shuri began, cutting straight to the point. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I've been your loyal wife and a good mother to our kids for my entire adult life. They're grown now, doing their own thing, and my job as their mom is done. You know, when we got married, I was, a virgin. Me too, Hor blurted out, cutting her off, already sensing where this was heading. Anyway, she pressed on, ignoring him. This weekend, I'm going away with a friend. A friend? Hor's patience was hanging by a thread. Who's this friend? If you must know, it's Stanley. Stanley? As in your boss, Stanley Carrington? Hor's eyebrows shot up. The guy who's what, half my age? I swear our sons are older than him. Don't be dramatic. He's 30, for your information. Hor let out a low whistle, shaking his head in disbelief. Anyway, Shuri continued, clearly determined to say her piece, I've made up my mind. I want to meet other men. I need to explore things. I know you love me, and I trust that you'll give me a little freedom. It's not forever. I'll fix everything when it's over, and we can go back to the way things were. Hor leaned forward, his voice sharp now. Shy, be serious. If you go through with this, there's no going back. Our marriage won't survive it. Oh, stop being so dramatic, she snapped, rolling her eyes. You're not seriously threatening divorce over something like this, are you? You'd never go through with it. It would cost you way too much. Maybe, Hor shot back, his voice low and firm, but I'll be damned if I take back someone who betrays me. Shuri waved off the comment as if it were an annoying fly. Oh, please. By the way, Stanley's picking me up Friday night. I want you to let him in. Hor stared at her, his mouth slightly open, trying to process what she just said. What? He finally managed. You want me to greet him? To invite this guy into my house while he's here to take you for a weekend away? Yes, that's exactly what I expect, Shuri said matter-of-factly, ignoring the rising tension in Hor's voice. Be polite, offer him a drink. He's a little nervous about meeting you, and I think it'll be easier for everyone if he sees that you're okay with this. Hor sat back, shaking his head in disbelief. Unbelievable, he muttered under his breath. It was cool in the city on Friday evening, and the house was unusually quiet. Hor stretched out on the creaking cot in the study, the cold seeping through the walls. Shuri barely paid attention to him. Her only comment was, honestly, you're acting like a child. At precisely 7 p.m., a new ringtone echoed through the house, breaking the silence. What on earth is that dreadful noise? Shuri's voice carried from the bedroom. It's the doorbell, dear. I changed the chime, he called back. What's that tune? It sounds oddly familiar. It's Guilty, he replied flatly. Well, I don't like it. Change it later, she said dismissively. Then, with a hint of impatience, she added, Stanley will be here soon. Let him in when he arrives. I'm not ready yet. Give me 15 minutes, and make sure to offer him bourbon. He loves bourbon. Of course, Hare muttered, his voice dripping with sarcasm. As the bell rang again, he peered through the peephole. Sure enough, there stood Stanley, smug, polished, and painfully young. The door opened wide. Stanley smiled, but before he could utter a single word, Hor drove the point of his crocodile boot square into his groin. Stanley doubled over, clutching himself in agony, his face twisted in pain. Unrelenting, Hor followed up with a knee to Stanley's jaw, sending the man sprawling onto the porch. Stanley hit the ground hard, unconscious, and, as an unfortunate bonus, vomiting all over himself. Without so much as a glance back, Hor calmly shut the door, locked it, and returned to his chair where his TV awaited. 20 minutes later, Shuri emerged, looking polished and ready for her evening. Where's Stanley? What's taking him so long? She asked, scanning the room. Hor shrugged, nonchalant. I think he's waiting on the porch. Shuri narrowed her eyes. Tell me you weren't rude to him. If you so much as said a word. I didn't say a thing, sweetheart, he replied evenly, his tone betraying nothing. Rolling her eyes, she tossed her purse onto the table and strode to the door. But when she opened it, she froze, her face draining of color as she took in the sight before her. "Oh my God, what did you do?" she gasped, her voice rising. That was all she managed to say, before Hor calmly placed a boot on the door and nudged her back inside. She stumbled slightly as he closed the door and locked it, turning the key twice with deliberate precision. "You're a monster!" "Let me out!" Shuri screamed, her fists pounding against the door. Her cries escalated into sobs as she rattled the handle, trying in vain to open it. From the other side of the door, Hor's voice came steady and cold. "Shuri, look outside. If you see him, he has something important to tell you." There was another thud from the porch, faint but distinct. Hor didn't flinch. The next morning, he calmly called the lawyer to begin the divorce proceedings. Cheating Secrets podcast like me.